Namaste and welcome to Detours with me, Anuradha Goyal, where I talk to some very interesting personalities about journeys of all kinds. Namaste and welcome to Detours. Today we have Shri Aravind Subramaniyam ji with us, who comes with a lot of things, but today we are going to focus on his work on Sabrimala, and we'll try to understand Tirtha Sthala of Sabrimala and what it means to the pilgrims who visit it regularly. And Aravind ji comes from a family that has regularly visited Sabrimala as a pilgrimage. Aravind ji has written a lot of books, and I recently learned that he wrote a book on Sabrimala at the age of 25, 800-page book, which is incredible. But it's only in Tamil, if I am not wrong.
Oh, yeah, there was an English translation, but I am not so happy about the translation. So when I'm working on it, probably by this year, we'll be releasing the English version of the book.
Okay. So Aravind ji, welcome to Detours. And I'll ask you some simple questions on Sabrimala. They may be very simple from your knowledge perspective, but we want to understand it for a layperson. So tell us first, where is Sabrimala? Tell us its location and its landscape.
See, Sabrimala is actually a hill. Mala in Tamil or Malayalam means hill.
Mm-hmm.
Sabarigiri or Sabrimala is located in deep Kerala in Pathanamthitta district.
Okay.
So it is actually the part of Western Ghats, Sahyadri section.
Mm-hmm.
And it is believed that it is a part, though there is a discussion or there is a dispute regarding which part is actually Kishkinda. But there is a belief, because we have Pampa here, and we have Kadali Vanam of Sugriva here, and one set of people, they believe this is the actual Kishkinda.
Okay. Okay. And what is the etymology of Sabrimala? You said Mala means the hill. How does the word Sabri come?
People, they actually confuse it with the Sabri of Ramayana, but which is not so. According to the Purana, Shabara means hunter.
Okay.
The word Shabara denotes hunter, and there was a yogini who is a Shishya of Agastya Maharshi. She huntress is called Shabari.
Okay.
She was a yogini, and she was just like Shabari, who waited for Rama, for Bhagavan Manikanda's incarnation. She was a yogini, she was so Bhagavan, when he incarnated for the purpose of annihilating Mahishi, the demoness, he blessed this yogini, and he decided to sit there forever.
Okay.
And so this was named after the devotee.
Okay.
Hence, it is called Sabrimala or Shabari.
So Sabrimala is named after a huntress. So can you speak about the etymology of Sabrimala? So Mala means the hill. Where does the Sabri come
from? The word Sabari actually denotes huntress. Shabara means a hunter. So the feminine form, the female form is Shabari.
Right.
We have even a Devi called Shabari Durga.
Right.
Devi in the form of a huntress.
Right.
So this Shabari has nothing to do with the Ramayana Shabari.
Okay.
There are so many movies also depicting the Ramayana Shabari, connecting it with Ayappa, which is wrong actually.
Okay.
In the Purana, it is very clear that this Shabari is, maybe she might have come in the lineage of that Shabari, or I'm not sure about that. But this Shabari is a yogini who is a disciple of sage Agastya.
Okay.
She was doing penance in the Nila Parvata of today's Sabrimala. And Bhagavan, when he incarnated as Manikanda, he blessed this yogini and gave her moksha.
Okay.
And thereafter, this place was actually called Madangavana, the place of Madanga Maharshi.
Okay.
And that is the reason it is we claim that to be a part of Kishkinda.
Okay.
And the place where Madanga Maharshi did his penance, or he did his yajna, is called Mahayoga Peetam, and that is where the place where Bhagavan Ayappan is sitting now.
Okay. So that brings me to the next question. Tell us about the deity at Sabrimala. So we, most of us North Indians, we don't know who Ayappa is, who Sashta is, who Dharma Sashta is, who Manikanta is. And what is the nuanced difference between them? So tell us about the deity.
So to know about Ayappa, actually know about Dharma Shastra or Mahashastra. Shasta, many the popular Purana or the Puranic episodes talk only about two children of Shiva.
Mhm.
When you read the other Puranas and they are in detail, you get to know there are more what to say.
Descendants
There are
of.
more interesting quotes regarding Shiva's sons,
Mhm.
because even Bhairava is considered to be Shiva's putra.
Right.
Bhadrakali in Kerala, she is considered as Shiva's putri
Right.
because she was born out of Shiva's
Jata.
jata.
Right.
Similarly, Shiva and Vishnu's Mohini Avatara. So this a son was born during this episode, and he is called Harihara Putra, and he is called Shasta.
Okay.
This is clear in Skanda Purana, Padma
Mhm.
Purana,
Mhm.
and Brahmanda, and many other Puranas. We are not ready to read the Puranas in detail. We read only translations. We
Right.
don't see the original text, Mula Purana, and we come to a conclusion.
Right. Right.
So this Harihara Putra is called Shasta
Okay.
because of a boon from Devi
Mhm.
to Mahavishnu and Parameshwara.
Mhm.
Both they get a boon from Devi.
Mhm.
That boon,
Mhm.
a son is born to both of them.
Okay.
So Mahavishnu assumes a lady, and without Garbhavasa,
Mhm.
Bhagavan he manifested
Right.
as Harihara Putra. And he is called Shasta, and like Mahavishnu taking 10 different incarnations,
Mhm.
this Mahashasta takes 8 different incarnations.
Okay.
And among the eighth incarnation is Manikanta.
Okay.
This Manikanta's incarnation happened to kill a demoness called Mahishi, who's supposed to be the cousin sister of Mahishasura.
Okay.
So this episode is recorded in Brahmanda Purana in a portion called Upakyana.
Okay.
So this Bhudanatha Upakyana technically is actually the Purana of Sabrimala.
Okay.
This Purana talks about Bhagavan Shasta's incarnation as Manikanda in southern India at the banks of river Pampa, and killing Mahishi, and finally Bhagavan decides to stay at Sabrimala forever till the end of Kali Yuga, and doing penance for devotees.
Right. So Manikanta
And
would
only,
mean
and
somebody.
let me complete. And only in this incarnation he is a brahmachari.
Okay.
The purpose of Sabrimala, the rules for the pilgrimage, it all depends on this particular incarnation. There are so many other Shasta temples where he is with his Shaktis.
Right. Right. So Manikanta would mean money in the kantha.
Yes, exactly.
So does he wear a money in his kantha?
Money, that is again a confusion. In Tamil and Malayalam, money means bell.
Okay.
So there are so many movies and so many other pictures depicting Bhagavan wearing a bell around his neck, which is not in the Purana. In the Purana, it is very clearly told it is Navaratna Mani. It is Navaratna Manimala. Bhagavan wearing, when he decided to come down to the Bhuloka and assuming a form of a child, Shiva blesses him, and he gives him a Navaratna Manimala around his neck.
Okay.
So he is called Manikanta.
Okay. So a common confusion is who is Ayappa then, and how is Ayappa and Sashta? What is the connection between them? Or are they one? Are they different?
That's what Bhagavan incarnated as Manikanta, and this Manikanta was later called. Another name of Manikanta is Ayappa.
Another name of Manikanta is Ayappa.
Yes, yes.
There is no difference between them.
There is no difference between them. And see, there is a confusion which arises much later, because in the same royal family of Pandalam where Bhagavan incarnated, there was a prince, a divine prince or a yogi who was also called Ayappa.
Okay. Okay.
So because of that name confusion, many things got confused, and an Islamic pirate called Wavar entered into the Puranic Charitra, and so many confusions are happening. That is a different story. We'll come to that later.
Right,
but
right.
as of now, Bhagavan Hariharaputra is known as Mahashasta. He incarnated 8 times, and the 8th avatara is called Manikanta, who is also called as Ayappa.
Okay.
For simple understanding, let us have that way.
Okay, great, great. So it is okay to call him Ayappa. It is okay to call him Manikanta. It is okay to call him Sashta.
Dharmashastra, yes.
Dharmashastra, right. Okay, so now, since most of us cannot go to that temple, or at least people like me cannot go to the temple, take us to the temple and describe the temple to us.
There are 18 hills surrounding the major temple. And this temple is called Mahayoga Peetham. As I said, it was the place where Madanga Maharshi did his penance.
Right.
So there are 18 hills surrounding the temple, just as the petals of lotus flower.
Okay.
And exactly in between them is located, you have Ayappa, where one incarnated as a small child.
Okay.
From Devaloka to Bhuloka. And this is the same place he decided to stay forever. So this is the same place where gave Saptarishis who were worried about the problems of Kali Yuga and who were doing their penance there. Bhagavan gave darshan to them and assured them, I am going to stay here forever. That's why he is called Kali Yuga Vardhan, because he is the Lord of Kali Yuga. So from Pampa river, you have a small climb called Neela Parvatam or Neelimala, where Shabari did her penance, where Shabari lived. And crossing the Neela Parvata is where a place called Apache Made. And climbing that, you have Shabari Peetham, where Bhagavan gave darshan to Shabari. And when you cross that, you have the holy 18 steps. It's called Tattva Shopanam. Tattva Shopanam, 18 steps, as instructed by Bhagavan Manikanta himself.
Okay.
When he decided to complete his mission, he instructed his father, Rajashekara Pandya, to build a temple for him. And he said, I will stay here forever. And whenever devotees see me, they can come here after taking the vratam for a mandalam. Mandalam is 45 days.
Right.
So once you climb the 18 steps, there Bhagavan is waiting for you to make you understand that the one who is sitting here. Right. Tattvamasi. That is what he is explaining. Tattvamasi means, I am the one who you came in search of.
Right.
It is within you.
Right. Okay. So, Arvindji, I study pilgrimages and yatras and write about travel. And I've been studying the ancient yatra pilgrimage traditions in various Puranas and various other scriptures. And, every yatra had a vrata, which people had to take before. And in my knowledge, to the best of my knowledge, there are only 2 yatras today which are actually following that tradition. One is the Vari pilgrimage of Pandharpur, and second is the Sabrimala, which people still do with proper vratas. So tell us about this yatra. First of all, when is it done, and is there a purpose for which it is done? Is there a sankalpa that people take before they do it? So when do they do it?
See, the actual originally, according to the Purana, Sabrimala, the major day is Makara Sankrama.
Makar Sankranti.
Makara Sankranti. So originally the temple was open only on only considering Makara Sankranti, or 3-4 days after that.
Right.
It is believed that man is in penance for the sake of people of Kali Yuga for the whole year, and he comes out of his penance for this 3-4 days during Makara Sankrama.
Okay.
So people, they start their vrata 45 or 48 days before that.
Okay.
They have their irumudi. Irumudi is a, what to say, it is a, iru means 2, mudi is a bag. Irumudi is a bag containing 2 sections.
Okay.
Where we carry the ghee for Abhishekam to the Bhagavan.
Okay.
That is actually having a very great meaning, because this rule and this entire yatra rule is given by Bhagavan himself. And in the
Okay.
Purana, there is a separate chapter called Shabrigiri Yatra Vidhi Nirnayam.
Okay.
A separate chapter in Bhudanatha Upakhyanā, which is actually given by Bhagavan himself.
Okay.
He very clearly says, you can't come and see me just like that. If you want to see me, you will have to observe all these things.
Okay.
First one, go to a guru,
Mm-hmm.
and the guru should accept you to take you along with him for the yatra.
Okay. So you can't go on your own.
You can't go on your own.
Okay.
So the entire Sabrimala Yatra starts with a Guru Swami. We call him a Guru Swami.
Right.
And that Guru Swami will have a guru, and he will have a guru, and final guru is Bhagavan himself.
Bhagavan himself.
And we call Bhagavan as Guru Swami is Guru Swami.
Okay.
Ayappan, we call Ayappan as Guru Swami is Guru Swami.
Right.
So Bhagavan is the ultimate guru here. And the
Right.
very purpose of Sabrimala Yatra is knowing yourself. It's a moksha yatra.
Right.
Nothing else.
Like most yatras, like most
Yes.
pilgrimage yatras. Right. Right.
Here it is very clear that the Sabrimala Yatra is for one who aspires for moksha.
Right.
And that is the reason Bhagavan is having no weapons or ayudas in his hand, and he is just showing a chinmudra.
Okay.
He is sitting as a guru.
Okay.
Mahayoga Pito Jwalantam Mahantam Mahavakya Saropadesam Shushantam. In the Mahayoga, he is sitting as a guru and giving the Upadesam Mahavakya.
Okay. Okay.
And first you approach a guru, and the guru should accept you to take for the yatra. Then you start your yatra with the basic rules for the yatra starts with brahmacharyam. A strict brahmacharya vratam, and only having food once a day, doing puja 3 times a day, having bath twice or thrice a day, sleeping on the floor, seeing every individual as a form of Bhagavan himself. And you wear a Vrdamala for that. Once you decide to take up the yatra, the Guru Swami will give you a Vrdamala. Once you wear Vrdamala, it is believed that Bhagavan is residing within you, and you must see everyone as Bhagavan. And
is this a Tulsi Mala?
Tulsi Mala.
Okay.
We see everybody as Bhagavan's form himself. That's the reason once you wear Mala, everybody as Swami.
Right. And everybody calls you a Swami.
Swami, obviously. And the very purpose of everybody calling us a Swami, we should everybody else as Swami. But
Right.
it's happening, unfortunately, in most cases.
Right. Okay. So these are the rules. That any other rules?
These are the big. And there is a dispute or discussion whether a mandalam is for 41 days or 45 days or 48 days. Because in each state, the number of days for defining a mandalam differs.
Okay.
In Tamil Nadu, 8. In Kerala, it is 41.
Okay.
In few other parts, it's 45.
Where is it 45? Sorry, there was a connection loss.
Few other places, it is 45.
Okay.
So, but in from Bhagavan's words, he is very clear that it is. He says minimum vardam of Tripaksham. Tripaksham is 45.
45, yeah.
So minimum is 45. Nothing wrong in having extra.
Right.
So you have to decide your day before that. And as a practice, most of the devotees, they have their mala dharanam, or they start their vardam on somewhere around November 16, 17, which is Kartika Masa for us, South India.
Right.
So Kartika Masam first day.
So Kartik Purnima, around Kartik Purnima, they
somewhere around that. Not exactly, somewhere around that.
Right, because Kartik Purnima will be roughly 3 pakshas before Sankranti.
No, this will be 60 days. This will be definitely 60 days before that. Because Sankranti will be around January 14th or 15th.
Right.
And we'll be starting our Vardam somewhere around November 15th or 16th.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So 4 pakshas.
4 pakshas. Okay.
So that is the day actually we start the Vardam, and the reason given is that was the day where the Bhumi Pujan was done for constructing the Sabrimala temple.
Oh, okay.
And that is the reason we start our Vardam from that day.
Okay. And
and during earlier days, the temple was open only for 3 days. Later, after getting the permission from Bhagavan, the number of days were extended. And right from November 17th to December 25th, where the Mandala Puja happens, the temple is now open. And again, it is closed and it is open after 5 days for Makara Sankranti, around January 1st. And after Sankranti, it will be open for another 3-4 days.
Okay.
And for every Tamil month or Malayalam month, the first 5 days now it is open.
Okay. So
and the remaining 25 days it is closed.
So Shukla Paksha, first 5 days it is open, is it?
Not exactly Shukla Paksha, because in northern India's calendar starts with Paurnami.
Right.
But our calendar is different.
Yeah, but it still follows the same Pakshas, right?
Of a month differs.
Yeah. So it is either Purnima Ant or Amavas Ant. So
no, not exactly.
Okay.
Not exactly, but our the dates, date 1 to date 5 of Tamil month or Malayalam month.
Okay.
Is the opening date for Sabrimala.
Okay.
For other months. For other months. So for Mandala Kalam, it is November 17th to December 25th. And for Makara Sankranti festival, it starts on December 31st to January 18th or 19th.
18th or 19th. So
depends on when Sankranti falls.
Right. So rest of the time, the temple is closed.
Temple is closed.
Okay.
And Bhagavan goes back to tapas. That is the Sankalpa. Okay.
And we also see the people who have taken the vrata wearing black clothes, not wearing shoes, not touching anybody even in public places. So can you talk about that also?
See, these are the rules actually given for any vrata.
Right.
Any vrata, basically you should follow strict brahmacharya vratam. You should not cut your hair or shave your beard or cut your nails. And you should never go and touch anybody unnecessarily. And you should maintain your shuddhi until you complete your vrata. And most of the time, they don't go out during vrata kalam. If it is going to be Prabosha Vratam or Ekadashi Vrata, people actually, they don't go out and mingle with people during vrata kalam.
Right.
The basic purpose of vrata kalam is you should contemplate mostly about the divine thoughts, and you should not allow your thoughts to get distracted. And you'd spend your time the whole of the day in Bhagavad Smaranam.
And any significance of black clothes?
I will come to that. All other Vratams, actually, the span is very less. Because Ekadashi or Pradosha Vratam is only for 1 day. Shashti Vratam is for 6 days. Navaratri Vratam maximum is 9 days or 10 days.
Right.
And this is the Sabrimala extends for 45 or 48 days.
Right.
That is the reason it is very obvious, and it is very conspicuous for people to observe that. And while just even by normal this thing, it looks very odd when people see wearing black clothes or having a long beard, unkempt hair or something like that.
Right.
But these are the rules for all other Vratams. But since the time span is very less, it goes unnoticed.
Right.
And the dress code, coming to the dress code part, the dress code, it is actually not, to be frank.
Oh.
In the Purana, the dress color or dress code is not given.
Okay.
But maybe of a later edition, I am not very sure of during which time span it entered. But the basic purpose of the dress code is to make sure that he is under Vratam and to give the message to himself and to the other public who is seeing them.
Right. So that's what I thought. I've not really come across a dress code per se.
Exactly.
For most of the Vratams, but here they are very, very visible. You go to airport.
See, there are legends saying that Shasta is the Adidevata for Shani, and that is the reason people wearing black. But all those are legends. We have no concrete or clear proof stating that Shani Bhagavan giving some Vardhan to devotees, nothing like that. It is all these are interesting episodes or interesting stories, but we don't have Puranic backing for that.
Okay.
And the basic form, from my understanding, the basic purpose of the dress code is to assure that we are in Vratam to first to ourselves. Because we tend to make mistakes.
Right.
When you see that you are in a dress code or wearing mala, you get cleared first.
Right.
And when people see you, and they are also very clear, oh, he's under Vardam, and they don't come near you if they are not proper, or if they are not in Shuddhi.
Right. Right. So now let's come to who can do this? Who can go on this pilgrimage?
Who can go to this pilgrimage is anybody who spiritually aspiring to attain moksha. That is the first rule of yatra. So basically, fitting to that condition and to the vrta, rules for the vrta, gents can go to Sabrimala Yatra, and ladies below 10 years. Today's rule I'm talking. Ladies below 10 years and above 50 years can undertake this yatra.
Okay. And how is this yatra done? I mean, once you observe the vratam for 45 days or 3 pakshas, after that, how do you do it? Is it done on foot? Is it done, you said it's done in groups with a Guru Swami.
Yes.
How do you do that? Please take us on that yatra.
Yes. So basically, when your yatras, there are 2 parts in this: the original yatra and the yatra which we are doing now.
Okay. Very interesting.
Let me talk about the original yatra first.
Yes.
The original yatra, as I said, you'll have to observe. You will have to go to the Guru Swami accept you, and you will be with the Vratamala, Tulsimala, and you start your Vratam and observe all these things. Compulsorily attend pujas, do your puja at your home, and call out Sharanam. Swami Sharanam Ayappa. You call loudly, take bath in cold water early in Brahma Muhurta, morning and evening. And you will have to do your puja at home, then call out Sharanam. Swami Sharanam Ayappa with folded hands, you will have to call out from your heart. Then do your spiritual practices for all these days. And once your Mandala Vratam is completed, that is, you complete for 45 or 48 days, then you decide your yatra date. Guru Swami will do a puja at his place or your temple, and they will have your fill your irumudi. The irumudi, when Bhagavan incarnated as Manikanta, he traveled all these forest routes, and he finally blessed the rishis who were doing penance there, and he killed Mahishi. So the same route the devotee has to travel to reach the abode. So that starts from a place called Erimeli. And from Erimeli, the forest starts. We call the forest as Pungavanam. Pungavanam means actually garden. We don't consider it as a forest. We consider it as a garden because Bhagavan traveled through that route. That is called the traditional long route.
Right.
Today, as an I'll give you an example. If suppose there are 1 lakh devotees traveling to Sabrimala daily during Mandalam, only 5,000 to 8,000 devotees travel via long route.
Okay.
But actually, the long route is the original Sabrimala Yatra.
Okay.
The age-old devotees or age-old Guru Swamis, they accept Sabrimala Yatra as traveling by the long route, having Jyoti Darshanam and Bhagavan Darshanam. That is considered as one Yatra. So we start from your home and filling the irumudi. Let me come to that. When Bhagavan traveled to the forest, since it was a long journey, he carried a coconut along with him and few rice and other eatables as a mudi, as a bag.
Right.
And as a remembrance to that, we carry irumudi, one for us and one for Bhagavan.
Oh. Okay.
So our things are in the backside of the mudi, pin mudi, and the front portion, the moon mudi, has the Abhishekam ghee for Bhagavan. And the Abhishek ghee is not taken just in a container or something. A coconut is empty. Ghee is filled in the coconut shell.
Okay.
And that is then sealed. And that is a what to say, the filling the ghee into the coconut is done so ritualistically and so sincerely with prayers and so many devotees around us, because that is the culmination of your yatra.
Right.
According to me, filling your irumudi is the culmination of the yatra. Bhagavan Darshanam is only additional.
Okay.
Because the meaning of a Irumudi is your Atma Samarpana. Because the body is carrying the soul. Similarly, the coconut is carrying the ghee.
Right.
From milk comes curd. From curd comes the butter. And the butter turns into ghee.
Right. It's the tattva.
Tattva.
The ultimate tattva.
Ultimate tattva, because a soul is evolving from one stage to the other, and final stage of jnana, the wisdom. Milk, the life of a milk is only for 1 or 2 days. The life for a curd is maximum 1 week.
Right.
The life for a butter is for maximum, say,
a month,
few months.
Yeah.
Yes. And once it turns to ghee, it is permanent.
Forever. It's a beautiful thing. I never thought about it. I always thought, why do we give so much importance to ghee in our rituals? But you have put it so beautifully.
So just like the body, which is lifeless, is carrying the actual life, the Atma,
within.
This lifeless coconut is carrying the Jiva Chaitanya as ghee.
Right.
And that you carry in your head.
Right.
As Irumudi. And with the Irumudi, only with the Irumudi you can climb the 18 steps.
Okay.
And with the Irumudi on your head, you walk through the forest path. You trek the hills, finally reach Bhagavan's abode. Okay. So the Erimeli, the place Erimeli is the spot where Bhagavan killed Mahishi. He killed her actually, and he threw her here. The place where she fell down. The Puranic name for Mahishi is called Mahishi Marika Vanam.
Okay.
Mahishi Marika Vanam. And Mahisha is called Yeruma in Malayalam or Tamil. So Mahishi Marika Vanam became Erimeli.
Okay.
And from Mahishi Marika Vanam, you travel through the Pungavanam or the long route forest. You reach the river Aluda, Alasa Nadi. It is called Alasa in Sanskrit and Aluda in Malayalam. And that is where Bhagavan did his Ananda Tandavam or Mahishi Mardanam. By destroying her ego. Bhagavan did an Ananda Tandavam on her body. That is at the banks of river Alasa. You take bath there. Continue your journey. You climb the Aluda climb. Then reach a spot called Kallidum Kunnu. And it is in the Purana, it is clearly mentioned that due to the boon of Brahma, the body of Mahishi had a capacity to grow even after her death. Okay. So Bhagavan decided to cover that body with stones. So in the Puranic episode, it is very clearly mentioned that Bhagavan instructed that each and every devotee should drop a stone at this place where Mahishi's body is lying there. So that place is called Kallidum Kunnu. Kal Idum is putting. Kunnu is again a hill. So hill made of stones dropped by the devotees. So what I see with this ritual is, whenever there is adharma, and when the adharma is happening right in front of your eyes, you must raise your voice for that. You must stand with dharma. And even after yugas, even after thousands and thousands of years, you assure that I always stand with dharma and I give my at least a small role against the war with adharma by dropping a small stone there even today.
It's a reminder.
It's a reminder. Not that Mahishi's body is growing or something like that. You have the actual meaning is this. You will have to stand with dharma always.
Right. So
and from there you go to a place called Udumbara Kota, where all the Bhutaganas of Shiva reached Bhagavan and helped Bhagavan in this war.
Okay.
And then comes a place called Mukkuri. And from there you reach the toughest part of the entire yatra, the climb of Karimala. It is said that the Karimala climb will test your Brahmacharya Vratam, the Brahmacharya which you observed during the Vratam. Those who have failed in their celibacy during this Vrata Kalam cannot climb the Karimala, the toughest climb. So once you climb the Karimala and you come down, and at the top of Karimala, you have a small hill, a small well created by Bhagavan himself for the sake of his Bhudaganas. And once you come down, at the end of Karimala's trekking, climbing, getting down, you see the river Pampa. The exact spot it is called Periyanavatam. And the Periyanavatam is the place where Bhagavan, the place is so blessed because that is the exact spot where Bhagavan came down, he descended to the Bhuloka from Devaloka at the banks of Pampa. And that is the same spot where he blessed the Devas when they were afraid of Mahishi and they were praying. And that is the same spot where he gave darshanam to the sages and rishis who were doing their penance for the sake of people of Kali Yuga.
Okay.
So that is the exact spot. And then you take bath at River Pamba. Again, continue your trekking. As I said, you climb the Neela Parvatam, you climb the Apache Med, and then reach Sabripedam, and then reach the Padanatambadi, and then climb the Padanatambadi and have darshan.
Okay.
So when you start your yatra, you will have to keep the Irumudi only on your head.
Okay.
And only after 3 years of yatra, you are allowed to take the Irumudi and keep it elsewhere on your own. Till then, for the first 3 years, the Guru Swami himself have to remove the Irumudi and keep it, or else you'll have to just wait for him.
Okay.
That is followed very strictly.
Okay.
And with the Irumudi, you'll have to climb the holy 18 steps of the Tattva Shopanam or Padanatambadi.
Okay.
And then with the Irumudi, have darshan of Bhagavan. Bhagavan he very clearly says that only people observing the Vridam strictly and coming via this route as I prescribe, when they come and stand before me, they get an anubhuti for a second. And that is happening till date. There is no doubt about it. And others who are not following it, Bhagavan is equating them to a person who is going to a market without money.
Very interesting.
He himself he says that.
Yeah. Very interesting.
So only with people, one who is following the Vridam, he gets the full benefit of the yatra.
Right.
Others, they can just go and have a look and come back. Nothing else. Right. They don't take
like
back
tourism.
Anything.
So
tourism,
this is like
exactly.
my favorite comparison, that pilgrimage versus tourism.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's what he said. Those who come to have my darshan without observing Vridam and other niyamas are no different from those who go to shop without money and return empty-handed.
Right. Beautiful. I'm going to use this somewhere. So how long is this long route, and how much time does it take?
Let me complete the darshan process of darshan, then come to the long route. So you have your darshanam with Irumudi, then you come to a place, secluded place, open your Irumudi and break open the coconut, and then collect the ghee and do that ghee, give that ghee to the sanctum and do an abhishekam of that ghee to Bhagavan. That is the actual Atma Samarpanam. You are carrying yourself as a Irumudi and you are offering yourself to Bhagavan at the end of the yatra.
Right.
So the Neyabhishekam is the completion of the yatra. The Neyabhishekam is done to Bhagavan and the prasadam, the same ghee is returned back as prasadam and you take it and you come home.
Right.
So that is the full yatra. So this is the temporary, you can call it as a temporary sannyasa.
Right.
You leave everything, observe the Vrida, and you do your Atma Samarpanam. But just because, so not every devotee is blessed with moksha. You have to come back and lead your normal life. So you take back the prasadam, take it back and eat the prasadam, eat the ghee. Turn back to a normal person, come back and lead your normal life. Again, wait for the next year's yatra. And what was your question, ma'am?
So I was asking, how long is this long route and how much
basically
time
the distance is distance is somewhere around 40 miles.
40 miles. Okay.
From Yerimeli to Sannidhanam is 40 miles.
Okay.
So we generally in olden days people used to take at least 5 to 6 days to complete this yatra. There are so many holy spots in between the yatra. You don't have specific temples or proper temples. It may be a tree, it may be a rock, but you have the sanithyam there. You have the presence there. So we do worship those places, halt there, do Annadanam, do Nama Sankirtan, and then proceed. Originally, it was happening for around 5 to 6 days. Now, minimum at least 2 to 3 days it is happening.
Okay. Yeah, 40 miles, it needs a lot of time to walk and climb.
There are people who cover it in a single day. Let me tell you. They start early in the morning. They run as if they are going to catch a train and then reach by late night.
They have some Devakripa.
But this is actually wrong, according to me.
Right.
The very purpose of the yatra is to stay there and have that experience that vibration, experience that Chaitanya.
Yeah.
There's no point in running a marathon.
Right. In Hindi, there is a word sahaje. You do it in a sahaj. And the rivers that you mentioned, Alsa, Pampa, they themselves are tirthas.
Yes, exactly.
So
we should not do for the purpose of doing it.
Right. So Tirth is not the ultimate destination that you have to touch and come back. It is the path itself.
It's not a marathon to go touch and then complete your race.
Right. So and
the entire yatra is your experience. That is your destination.
Right. And you will see divine in all these holy spots. And in fact, if you really go back in time, then the rivers, the trees, the forest, aranyas themselves are tirthas.
Exactly.
Temples probably came much later.
Exactly.
Right. And what about the shorter route that?
The shorter route is reaching directly Pampa, and that is 5 kilometers.
That's it.
That can be covered in maximum 1.5 to 2 hours.
Okay.
And during monthly puja, you're allowed only for the short route, and the long route is open only during the end of December.
Okay.
So those who are going by the long route, like us, we strictly follow the long route. We will never miss that.
Okay.
So there are so many thousands and thousands of age-old devotees who come from a Guru Parampara. They always prefer the long route. Okay. And we enjoy that long route and we stay there. And just for being there, we go. And I used to say, for being there at Pampa and Beriyanavattam, I wait for the remaining 360 days.
Right. And the short route, there's no climb involved in that. Or is there a climb?
There is a climb, yes. The Neelimala and Apache Meadow is a steep climb.
Okay, in the 5 kilometer short route.
In the 5 kilometers, that should be around somewhere around 2.5 kilometers. That is a steep climb.
Okay. And I hope there is no plan to make.
Started only after late 60s. Till then, the long route was the only route to only approach to Sabrimala. And you complete your darshan, you can climb further and reach a place called Pulmed and then reach Vandiperiyar and then return back. Or you have to return the same way, reach again Karimalai, again get down, again reach Aluda, reach Erimeli and then go back. This was the options given. But this short route came during late 60s when former Indian President V.V. Giri, he was a governor in Kerala during that time.
Okay.
And he wanted to visit Sabrimala. And he was not ready for the long route.
Okay.
So there was a temporary arrangement to lay a road out until Pampa so that he can reach there.
Okay. So I hope they are not building a ropeway now to reach directly.
They are having a plan to have a ropeway. For time being, they are saying that it is only for transportation of goods.
Okay.
We don't know what is going to happen.
I know. So you have given us everything about Yatra. So the only offering that you take in your Irumudi is that ghee in the coconut. Is there anything else also that is offered?
No. The ghee in the coconut is the main offering we take. Along with that, we take rice. And we take the betel nut and betel leaf.
Right.
There are a few other things. We say Kani Punna. Kani Punna is your Dakshina, Guru Dakshina, because Bhagavan is your ultimate Guru.
Right. So the traditional puja offerings that we take.
That's all, exactly. So and this rice is used for Annadanam to devotees, finally.
Oh, okay. And how much ghee is offered? Because everybody taking ghee will be a lot of ghee that is offered there.
It will be non-stop. The morning the temple opens during normal days by 5 o'clock. And the ghee abhishekam will go until 11:30.
Continuously.
Continuously.
And whole of ghee that you take is offered, or you just offer a sum and can take back the rest?
No. We, as a policy, we give the entire ghee. And
Okay.
it is, and the full abhishekam, we insist that the full ghee is offered to the Lord.
Okay.
Even if we get a small quantity in return, it's okay.
That's a prasad.
That's a prasad.
That's a prasad. Okay.
But for convenience sake, when the crowd is more, people do all sort of this tricks to take only a small quantity and then do abhishekam, and all that is happening. But,
right.
But traditionally, this should be done.
Traditionally, this
suppose for example, in our group we have around some 30 people. All the 30 people's irumudi's coconut is broken and it is collected together and it is given.
Okay. For the convenience.
For the convenience.
Right.
Individual abhishekam is not possible because there are lakhs and lakhs of devotees coming daily.
Right. What is the total rough number of people who take this yatra every year?
Every year, all the days put together.
Yes.
Somewhere around 10 to 15 lakhs.
10 to 15 lakhs. So that place can accommodate so many people, or there's a constant churn that keeps happening?
The people come, have darshan, and then they go back, no?
Okay.
It is a small hill, so you cannot accommodate so many people.
Right. And it's open only for a short period.
Short period.
Not like it's open. Right. Great. So,
and the speciality is you can't stay there for long. Once you go and stand in front of Bhagavan, your mind becomes blank.
I've heard that. And I have observed that in other temples where you just go numb, everything stops. Yeah. So time
stops.
Everything, time, space, everything stops. So I've experienced that, of course, not in this temple. I don't know if and when I will visit this temple, but I have observed that in various other temples. So great. I don't want to get into the controversial part of it, but I just want to ask your opinion on why should this tradition of only men and women of certain age continue to go to visit Sabrimala? Why should we continue with this tradition?
Simple, because Bhagavan has given the instruction.
Right. And because
if we are going to amend that, it should be somebody who's greater than Bhagavan. Unfortunately, nobody is there.
Right. Very simple. I mean, for me, that's a very apt answer, and
I'm adding one more point to that. When you say women of certain age only can come to the yatra, definitely the rule is also applicable for men, and the men who are observing Vardham for Mandala Vardham only can come to the Sabrimala Yatra.
Right.
And you can't take it for granted. And there is no exemption given for men who can take the Vardham for 3 days, 5 days, or Tatkal Vardham, or for 11 days and then carry Irumudi and then come to Sabrimala Yatra.
Right.
If it is a ban for women, it is a ban for men also.
Right. So that is fine. So for me, there is no question. For me, temples are not public monuments to be visited. They belong to a community. They follow a certain set of guidelines, and there are reasons for that. And temple belongs to the one who worship the day. It doesn't belong to everybody. So for me, there is no confusion. But since there is a controversy about it, so we thought
the controversy is there for everything, and they are creating just for the purpose of publicity. That's all.
Right, that is true. Or maybe I also think the root cause of a lot of these things is agyan, are not understanding the basic tenets of our own cultural roots.
Exactly.
So and every time I've explained it to people, we are very disconnected from our roots. The moment you start experiencing things, the moment you start experiencing the grace of God, there's no question. The questions just vanish. But the fact is, most of us are so away from it that we start questioning
everything, each and everything.
Yeah, right. So I hope with these conversations and with these explanations, we'll be able to tell at least some people and reconnect them with their own roots. And these roots are not just for people who follow Sanatana, it's for everybody. Anybody who can feel the grace of the God, whichever form they worship it in. So great, Arvindji. Thank you so much for explaining it with so much patience and with
thank you
and grace. So thank you so much. You definitely have the blessings of Ayappa Swami. We almost felt he's speaking through you to us. So
Sharanayappa.
thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much. And I'm very happy that I could share some of the knowledge I've gained from my elders and my gurus. So I'm so happy and glad that if even one devotee is benefited because of this, the purpose of this
Absolutely.
is
Absolutely.
achieved. Exactly.
Yeah, we also want to create this series of knowledge nuggets so that people understand it from the practitioner's point of view, not just an
Exactly.
academician point of
Exactly. That is what the problem starts.
view. Right. So when
Once you experience the bliss, you'll never question.
absolutely, I cannot agree more with you. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sharanayappa.
Thank you for joining us on Detours. You can also join us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Our handle is IndiTales, INDITALES. See you soon.